Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada. Get ready? Prepare for blastoff.
Victor Duff Starfighters, my name is Carlin Jones, and this is a Starfighter full movie podcast. And today we are going to be watching the 2009 romantic comedy, The Proposal. Okay, so this is going to be a really fun episode of the podcast because I have a really good friend named Noor, who, shout out to Noor. She's been on this podcast so many times, and she has stated that this is her favorite movie of all time, or at least one of her favorite movies of all time. There is also a handful of people out there in the world. I mean, this movie has such a following that this is their favorite movie as well, like their favorite romantic comedy. And I, for one, never was interested to see this movie, mostly because Sandra Bullock is starring in it. And if anyone has listened to the last podcast, because I watched Demolition Man, which also starred Sandra Bullock, I have stated, and I will double down on this, Sandra Bullock is a pretty mediocre actress. Every movie that she has done that has gotten, I don't know, like wildly critically acclaimed or either have such a following behind it, it's literally not because of her. It's whoever she's acting beside or who's ever making the project itself. So I've even talked about this on a podcast I was featured on called we used to talk about this at work. Shout out to that podcast. But we also had a Sandra Bullock podcast, and I shared my thoughts. They didn't necessarily, I'm not going to say they didn't agree. They just never had that idea come to their mind, which is absolutely foreign to me, to why people cannot see the Sandra Bullock thing of her being such a mediocre actress. And by mediocre, I'm not saying she's like a bad actress. I'm just saying that every film that she has done on the course of her career, she has literally added nothing to it, right? Literally added nothing to it. So that's why this movie is going to be really cool, because maybe I get to prove my case and say, all right, well, Sandra Bullock is just Sandra Bullock again in this film. Or maybe, hey, maybe this will surprise me. And she's like, whoa, she's freaking good. She's actually doing pretty well. Now, there's been some Sandra Bullock movies that I thought was good. The one I can remember is called Forces of Nature, where she was acting alongside Ben Affleck. I thought that was a nice romantic comedy, and I remember liking it on my first viewing, although it's been like over a decade since I've seen it. That might be the only movie I can think of. Man, to think about it, like Sandra Bullock movies that I like, I don't really know. I don't really know. And then I was initially going to watch Miss Congeniality for the podcast, but I'm like, no. I'll just do The Proposal. And maybe I'll save Miss Congeniality for next week. So yeah. So that's she's going to be in this movie, and I guess we'll see. I have no expectations. I'm going into this blind. I just want to see a good romantic comedy. I want to laugh. I want to feel like there's romance in the air. I want to be able to put myself in the shoes of the characters, or whatever character I can find in there. Ryan Reynolds is also starring in this. And, I think back when this movie came out, of course, I was like a Ryan Reynolds fan. I thought he was like really funny and awesome. He's a bit played out now. He's very played out. I think, maybe I should say this for like the actual movie, but I think he was so good back then, maybe because we didn't really see a lot of him. There was still a part of his career where he was still kind of struggling to get work, or like to find good work, and he was doing a lot of B-list movies still. So him to land that role was like big for him, and then people's reception of him was obviously very warm. So, but I think that's because they weren't really tired of his performance, because obviously they just haven't seen enough of it. So I grew up with Van Wilder. I grew up with Blade Trinity, so I was familiar with Ryan Reynolds and was a fan. So Sandra Bullock's in this, Ryan Reynolds, and I have no idea who else. So anyone else I see is going to be a nice surprise, and I'm hoping to watch a really good movie, or at least a decent one. I don't know. I love romantic comedies. They're my favorite. It's my favorite genre. So yeah. So with that said, let's get into it. So if you want to watch this movie along with me, I'm sure the proposal is streaming somewhere. This movie is widely still popular as of today. So I'm sure it's out there somewhere. If you have the DVD, you can follow along with me. If you're listening to it on YouTube, follow the time code at the bottom so you can match up with me. And we are going to start this movie in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. An hour and 47 minutes. All right. I guess this will be a good conversation to have on what is the perfect time frame for a romantic comedy. I feel like movies nowadays, they don't really, it's such a lost art to know when a movie is how long it should be. So like for an example, I grew up watching romantic comedies that are hour 25 minutes at the most, which was I felt like was an amazing time frame for it because it knew what it was. And shout out to Amy Fletcher, who is the director of this film. It's always such a positive thing to see female directors out there telling stories, especially telling stories that are meant for women, right? Not to say this movie is only targeted towards women, but it just makes it a little bit more personal, relatable when you see a romantic comedy or maybe even a chick flick, if you will, that's made by a woman and for women. That's just how I feel. I'm pretty sure they're like gonna be like in a law firm or whatever. Wait, who is she? Wait, she's pretty. Wait, go back. Oh, I didn't get that good of a look at her. Is she like, was she a redhead? I couldn't tell. I don't feel like I'm gonna be watching Sandra Bullock more closely now after me going on like a 5 minute rant about her. But white people be going crazy for their Starbucks, don't they? They love Starbucks. I honestly could not care less about Starbucks, but I don't drink coffee. I only had coffee once. It's here. Okay. Clearly, she has this reputation. This is awesome to see, though, because I know a lot of these people are probably just extras, and that's awesome to see. Like, have them being directed to be like, all right, when she comes in, everyone's scared. Okay, everyone, no make eye contact. That must have been pretty cool to see on set. Oh shit. Hey. You could have easily just said because Jillian's interested in you. I guess. Okay. All right, he better write down that girl's number real quick. All right. All right. You need to let me know when you throw away that cup. She got to let me know. My freaking chair. Okay, I have another opinion about Sandra Bullock. I'm going to wait on it, though. I'm going to wait on it. Hey, shout out to this actor. He was in Spider-Man 2. And he was in his own little romantic comedy as well that I watched on Tubi TV called Today's Special. Well, you got to call him, bro. He poisoned. Okay. That's everyone, though. We all die alone. YouTube. He meant World Star. World Star. How would she know that he cheats on his wife? She's just making up shit. Okay, so here's another opinion about Sandra Bullock that I guess I'll get into now. So, and we're only 8 minutes. You know, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for the 15-minute mark. I'm gonna save it for the 15-minute mark because I have a golden rule in movies that you can determine the worth of a movie in the first 15 minutes. Because something surprising might happen. The exciting incident hasn't happened yet. We're still in the ordinary world. Funny how people work those type of corporate jobs, and it's just very stressful, and people are just putting up with that much stress just so they can move up. When sometimes they just never do, they just put up with it. which is kind of sad. It's not worth it. Deported? Where the fuck are you from? Oh, you're Canadian. You're one of those. That's why Noor loves this movie. Noor, if you're listening to this, I see why you love this movie. This is you. Whoever this character is, this Sandra Bullock character, she's no longer that. This is Noor from now on. This is only Noor. Wow. Talk about an ego check. Here it comes. Here comes the exciting incident. Here it comes. And it's not like she's ugly. He's like, why are you looking at me like that? You know, she didn't have to do this. She could have just said, I have someone that I'm seeing and we're probably going to get married. And she easily could have found someone on Farmers Only. That's a fucking low blow. What's up with her and these low blows? The room doesn't need to know this information. I'm still waiting for this chemistry to happen between Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. But in all fairness, this is how Ryan Reynolds acts with every co-star. So this brings up a really interesting conversation because I know some friends who've, or I know some people, let's say, that have definitely married friends so they can stay in the country, right? Um, Actually, I think I only know one friend that's done that. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. You have to really, really be friends with somebody. Like really, 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 really be cool with them. Like just best friend status. Absolute trust. I do have a friend I would do that for. And it's funny from she's not from America. That she is my best friend. And she's actually a huge contributor to my YouTube channel and this podcast. She helps me with graphics and stuff like that and advises me on editing. Oh my Jesus Christ. So you're going to blackmail me? You're going to extort me? lattes. Okay, I don't see the. Well, I don't. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I don't want a divorce on my. I don't want that on my record. You know. I just. No, I don't know about that. Like, just yeah, we'll get divorced. Like, I don't want. I don't want like to meet someone and it'd be like, "Hey, have you been married?" Like, "Yeah, I've been divorced." And then the whole questions come up, like, "What happened? Like, why did your marriage fail?" And all this shit. And you don't want to explain all that crap. But I mean, it happens. But I don't want that on my record. Whoa! Before you even go, you guys have to like conversate with each other. You know, like know each other's favorite color and stuff like that. I have a saying: you shouldn't date anyone if you don't know their favorite color. Ridiculous. You really, what a petty ass human being. All right, is it the 15-minute mark? Yes, it is. Okay, hold on. Wait to the scene, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on Sandra Bullock. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, they definitely don't do this. Well, I have to ask my best friend if she went through that. I think they just ask you questions, and then after that, they're just like, "All right, here you go, be happily married." Nah, I'm gonna ask her right now. This is a weird movie. This is a weird movie. Mm-hmm. Siska, Alaska. I feel like you wouldn't have problems getting a plane ticket to Alaska. I don't know how many people are going in and out. Okay, so it's been past the 15-minute mark. You can determine the worth of any movie and what it's going to give to you in the first 15 minutes. So, no, wait for Sandra to get done talking. Dude, Sandra Bullock, get the fuck out of here with this. Okay, so here's my thing about Sandra Bullock. And it kind of is already with this character that she's doing. And I told you, every movie that she's been in thus far that I've seen, and I've seen quite a bit of Sandra Bullock movies, right? She adds nothing to the movie in itself. Now, is this her fault? I don't know. Because the way this movie is written is very, I mean, romantic comedies, they're supposed to be cliche, right? They're supposed to be predictable. That's how they are, and that's why I love them. But the way her character is written and how she is performing it, it feels like she's performing it word for word on how it is written, which makes me believe that any actress in fucking Hollywood can just walk in and do this role. Right? Like, why not? Okay. My best friend messaged me back. I'm gonna ask her the question. Okay. I asked her the question about like, did they do like a huge background check on you guys? Like, are you getting married to make sure you two are in love? Let's see what she says. This is interesting. I think if I was gonna marry someone in just 24 hours or whatever, and we had to fake it, I would tell the only thing you need to know about me is that at restaurants I only eat chicken fingers and fries, but I never go to restaurants. So then, therefore, I never eat it. I love movies. I love TV show. My favorite TV show of all time is Farscape, My So-Called Life, Star Trek, D Space Nine, Clueless, the TV show. Um, Yeah, and my favorite movie of all time is How to Grinch Stole Christmas and The Last Starfighter. That's all you need to know. Oh wait, there is something else. I don't like tattoos. So if you have excessive tattoos, no one will believe that I'm like dating you or trying to marry you or something like that. A few tattoos is okay, only if they're meaningful and not stupid. Yeah, I feel like I'm filling out a dating app application right now. It's 20 almost 25 minutes into this movie and it feels like just a romantic comedy. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this isn't warranted a 300 mil in the box office. This is like, yo, we need to go out and see this movie. But who knows? It could get a lot better. Alaska. What is she angry about? Oh, look who the mom is. Wait, never mind. Wait, is that the actress I'm thinking of? Oh no, that's someone different. Yeah, I guess so. She's a little bit older. Not that much. Right? How old is Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds? I feel like they're around the same age, actually. Ryan Reynolds just looks really good for a white guy. And I would imagine it's like different for every state in America to like merit, obviously the marital laws, but just like if you're trying to marry an immigrant, it's crazy how each state is just different. It's so different. Their laws and whatnot. Absolutely fucking crazy. Okay, maybe a fish out of water type thing going on here. Oh, that's cool. His family owns all that. That's nice. Generational wealth. What are you doing, asshole? Carry her bags. Especially if that's your girl. Just carry her bags. Why would you do that? All right, that was kind of funny. He said, "You don't have to. See you later. See you in a few days." Take off your heels. Take off your heels, and then come on the ladder. Take off the heels. You need to take off the heels. Did the old lady get down there too? Yeah, they could have went with someone else for this movie. Noor, we need to talk about Noor. We need to talk about your performance in this film. Yeah, I'm not getting on a boat either. I don't really know how to swim like that, so I would never put myself in a situation that requires me to swim if I had to save my life. We couldn't drive here? What are you talking about? They're rich white folks. Why is that so hard to imagine? Listen, the moment you saw that his family owned all those stores, you should have already been expecting this. You know they ain't broke. Wait, did he ever get the number from that girl from Starbucks? God damn it. Fuck. Should have got her number. People can be in love and not show affection. Get the fuck off me. Don't you ever touch me like that again. We need to act like we're in love. Who does that? Whenever you see a couple, never do you see them act like they're in love. Father, hello. Her name is Noor. What? This dude. So much pettiness. Hey! Look who it is. Oscar. The Office is so funny, man. Ooh, devil eggs? Oh, she's vegan. She can't eat that. Why would you put something in her mouth? This movie has, like, no spunk to it. It's just so flat. I don't know why I feel like this movie is so flat. You know? Like, first off, okay, crucial element to having a romantic comedy. The two actors need to have chemistry, right? They need to have some freaking chemistry. Who's this? I'm not into blonde, so I don't care about you. Oh my lord, she is flat as a pancake. I guess. Okay, I'll tell you. As long as I'm doing the telling and you just agree. Jesus Christ. She has literally no personality. Why would you let her tell it? Okay, this should be funny, hopefully. Okay. They meant to fuck up and tell the story. Huh? What is this shit? Charades? Nora, whenever you do get married, this is 100% going to be your life. It's just this. You know what? I feel. No, let me not even go there. Wait, Nora. Well, okay, Nora, hear me out. Hear me out. I feel. I feel that. And this, it wouldn't be that far of a stretch to say that, right? Let me not even say that. Let's pretend this is some fantasy world, right? That's not true, not real. If you were to ever hire a guy to pretend to be your husband at maybe like your sister's wedding or whatever, and you brought him to your family, I feel like this would be you. This movie would be a great representation of you. Yeah, just kiss her. Not a big deal. What do you want from me? I kissed her for the love of God. I would never. I wouldn't even. Oh my God. I wouldn't even kiss my girl like in front of my family. Like, ew. That's just awkward. I wouldn't do that. I had a grandma's motorboating, Sandra Bullock. So weird. This movie is like, I don't know. We're about to be 40 minutes in. Yeah, dumbass. Why would you sleep in separate rooms? Okay. Okay, she's not an animal. That's Noor. This is you again. For people out there, Noor hates animals. She absolutely. Well, let me not say that. She just hates pets. She's not a dog person. She's not a cat person either. Okay, thank you. Good night. The sun's still out. Good night. Good night. Yep. Why is he sleeping on the ground? Okay, first of all, in my own parents' house that I grew up in, there's no way I'm sleeping on the floor. There's no way. There's no possible way. There's absolutely no way. We can listen, we can share the bed. There's nothing wrong with that. You can share the bed, make a huge divine line in it. Your pajamas look like pajamas. Nothing special about it. What is this going to sleep? The sun is out. I absolutely hate sleeping with the sun beaming down on my face. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Absolutely not. The last girl I had, like in her house, like she had, it's almost like the same setup. A huge window in front of the bed, and we would wake up. It is just nothing but sun. Absolutely hate it. She kept telling me, like, you need one of those eye masks or whatever. Like, why the fuck? I don't want to wear that crap. Makes absolutely no sense. And she would hate that too. She would hate if I would close the blinds on the window. It just wouldn't mesh right. Absolutely horrible sleeping there. You don't know how to answer your own phone? Did she just wake up with makeup on her face? Again, this is Noor. Noor, you can't convince me. You can't. Wait, am I saying that right? Yeah, you can't convince me that this is not you. Should that dog be outside? Oh my god. Really? A fucking hawk? What? What the fuck is going on? Really? A hawk is just... What? Whatever. That's not. First off, that dog is way too big for a hawk to glare at it, right? That thing is way too big. The phone? Okay, listen. No one can tell me Sandra Bullock adds anything to this. Adds anything to this film. His mom's attractive. She looks better than Sandra Bullock. I just now realize this. Again, this is Noor. No, I'm sorry. Noor, your mom is a very, very pretty lady. Very pretty. I've even made that comment to you, saying that she looks like she looks like she could be a sister of yours. 100%. You can't convince me this is not you, Noor. This movie is your life. Imagine, Noor, imagine if this was me and you. I'm Ryan Reynolds, you're Sandra Bullock, and we had to get married so you can stay in America. Because Noor is Canadian. All right? For you listeners out there, Noor is Canadian. And we have to pretend like Noor, we get along. I feel like you would say that to me. I feel like you would 100% say that to me, especially if I send you one too many memes. So, because I literally text you memes every day. Oh God, we're gonna get one of these scenes. You could tell there was a conflict building between the son and the dad. Oh, that's cool. Wait, what did they dissolve into? That I don't think that's good for the ocean. Yeah, of course. Goofing around. What? Well, so what's the problem? Acting seriously? Nick, the nigga moved to New York and living on his own, and he has a job, like a corporate job. What's there not to respect? So he just wants someone to leave his empire to. Why don't you just leave it to the shareholders? That's what happens to all of them anyway. Like all any freaking empire that you can think of now, it's usually rare that it passes down from family to family, right? You even look at the Jim Henson Company, right? When they all died, or there's still one left. I Is there one left? I feel like Brian Henson is still alive, and then I think maybe there's a sister, but majority of the Henson Company is owned by the shareholders, and it's run by is run by someone else other than the freaking Henson family. That goes for all these empires. This guy is a male stripper, a chef, and who knows what else he does. All right, this guy's a hustler. All right. Yeah, this has been just the it's been just the movie so far. Like I feel like this is no different than any Hallmark movie that you can watch. No different, no worse, no better. And you know what? For a big budget romantic comedy, I was expecting a little bit more star power to be in this film. And who knows? There could be still someone else out here, but I don't know everyone. Maybe that's it. I only know Oscar because he's from The Office. Sandra Bullock, Ryan Reynolds, but Ryan Reynolds wasn't like what was it 2009? He wasn't like well, I guess he was an A-lister, but But that's it. It's just those three. Everyone else is kind of like B-list at best. Oh, great. Let me guess. You're gonna tell him that you wanted her man the whole time, huh? Kids? It didn't seem like college that long ago from how he's looking. Why would you tell her this? Why? Who? Wait. What the fuck? Who in their right mind? What woman would ever tell another woman who's going to be married to the man that you know does of the story that you're telling? Who would do that? One, you are damn sure never going to be invited to that wedding. There is no way that wife would ever, or that fiance would ever have you step anywhere 5 to 10 miles, 20 to 30 miles from wherever that wedding is going to be located. There's absolutely no way. And it, what the fuck? She's just a fucking plot device. She just came in, said that, and just left. That makes literally no sense. Look at him having daddy issues. Like, hey, look at his daddy issues. Ramon's coconut oil. This fucking dog. I would not hesitate to kick the shit out of a dog. If it was trying to attack me, if I felt like I was about to be attacked, looks like Joe is in the doghouse. Oh, that sucks. Like when you're in someone's home and you take a shower and you kind of forgot a towel. Been there. Do you not see him? Watch behind you. What the hell? What is he doing? He just takes off his shirt. I probably would do that too. If I lived in the middle of nowhere, why not? What is he doing? This is a weird freaking movie. This is such a weird movie. And again, this is something Noor would actually do. He's just getting naked. Well, I'm sure he's comfortable. Like this is, this is his home. This is classic Ryan Reynolds, just yelling, hoping it will be comedy. I feel like this is the argument we would have, Noor, if we were to nakedly hug each other on accident. I feel like I would be like, "Oh my god," and then Noor, you would probably say something like, "What are you doing?" In that little voice you do. You're like, Carlin, you need to first off, you need to back up. Back up. There's only one man who can see me like this. And then you'll start naming what's his face from Run Direction. What is his fucking face? I forgot his name. You'd probably start naming what's his face from Harry Potter 2. The guy who's like the new Batman. Forgot his name too. I'm still waiting for them to fall in love because there's like literally no chemistry here. Unless this is one of those romantic comedies where it's like the ending you cannot predict, kind of like Along Came Polly, where Along Came Polly, he kind of ended up with the girl, but like one of those romantic comedy, like let's say The Rebound. The Rebound was a good romantic comedy, so unpredictable. Um, Maybe they don't end up together at the end, but she gets deported. The hell is that? Who? Okay. Okay. Cool. Mine is the never ending story. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. You're human. Hmm. You forgot to add that you sleep with makeup on. I wish for once that everyone, especially Noor, can just like probably like for a month to do what I do for a living and then just watch a movie. You will never look at movies the same once you make them. You will never look at them the same. But I wouldn't have it any other way. That's subjective. Sorry. No, she is very. Sandra Bullock is definitely attractive, but it's really the makeup, right? Right? Sandra, we still haven't seen you without your makeup, boo boo. I want to see. That's what I. Whenever I see a really pretty girl, like a really attractive woman, immediately I think I want to know what she looks like without makeup. That's why I tend to go for women who look the same with makeup on, without makeup on. Those are the women I normally go for. It can't be a huge drastic different because then they just want to always have on makeup when they leave the house and all that crap, and I'm not really for that. I can't believe he's still sleeping on the floor in his own parents' house. I would not stand for that. The bed is big enough, like we can share it. Like literally just put a freaking long pillow in the middle and that's it. Something to divide us. Like, good God. I would say I would rather. I find Sandra Bullock more attractive than that other blonde chick on this movie. But that's just because I'm really not into blondes. But then I also find his mom a lot more attractive than Sandra Bullock. And I feel like they're like the same age. So she is wearing makeup. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just sleep in makeup? This is so weird. This is so awkward. I would never stand for this. This would never happen. What? Oh, she is pretty old. I don't think she got another year left in her. Wait, this is something to think about now. She is pretty old. Yeah. Yeah. But that's asking a lot, right? I'm going to be honest with you, especially towards America standards in terms of how they view weddings and marriage and stuff like that. Even though it's two people getting married, a husband and wife, or husband and husband, or whatever. I'm going to be honest with you. That husband has no say in this, right? Because that's really what a wedding is, isn't it? It's just for the women. It's really just for the women to have like her day or whatever, which is really just a whole nother spew we can really go into. And my best friend Gustavo telling me wedding is just really just a a social construct to suppress women throughout their lives. He made a lot of sense when we were talking, and I believe him. I agree with it a little bit. What the hell is wrong with you? So I'm texting Noor right now, and she was saying, "Can I guess her favorite scene?" Okay. Well, I haven't finished the movie yet, Noor. So I feel like to guess your favorite scene, I might not even see it yet. I feel like it's not the dog being charted away, charted away by a hawk. Your favorite scene? I feel like I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to guess at the very end. Does she not know how to ride a bike? That's fine. I didn't know how to ride a bike until 2020. But yeah, Noor, this is your movie. This is our movie. This is us. You're Sandra Bullock. I'm Ryan Reynolds. We did a naked hug accidentally, and we awkwardly pushed each other away. I'm just like, no, this is us after the naked hug. I come to you and I'm like, Noor, that was a bit embarrassing. I apologize. I should have been more aware. It won't happen again. That's what I would say to you. Noor's reaction to the whole thing of me apologizing and that whole incident would just be like, mm-hmm. So you're not going to tell anyone, right? This is exactly what you would say. You'd be like, so this is not going to leave this room. I feel like you would say that. No, okay. See, now I'm just talking about Noor for the whole time. All right, so this is what's gonna happen. Let's see. I want to timestamp this. Like an hour and 14 minutes. Let's see if how well I really do know Noor. Okay, so let's say if we are gonna get married, so she can get a visa, and the guy's like, okay, tell me what you know about your wife. If you really know her, if you really love her, tell me about Noor. Tell me everything about Noor. The things people don't know. Okay, easy. Noor loves tattoos. She has an arrow tattoo on her arm. She has some other tattoos. I can't really remember what your tattoos were. Noor is an accountant. She loves to bake, but has lost passion in baking as of recently. Noor has a sister and a mother who could be her sister. She also has a father. What else about Noor? Wait, Noor, I feel like I do know a lot about you. Hold on. Duh. Noor is probably, out of everyone I know who's like a huge Harry Potter fan, Noor absolutely hates that shit. Noor cannot stand Harry Potter. She hates it when people brings it up. She during that like whole thing when the Harry Potter movies are out in theaters, she absolutely hated seeing commercials on TV. She absolutely did not want to go to the theaters to see them. She hasn't seen a single Harry Potter movie. She's against it. She's not a fan at all. It's not like she keeps nothing but Harry Potter posters and bobbleheads in her room and all the books. Nothing like that. She's not a fan whatsoever. Not a fan whatsoever. That was a very awkward scene. Maybe this was Nora's favorite scene. Hey, Nora, is it when she's like dancing like a buffoon in some type of, I don't know, campfire ritual? This is a weird freaking. I want to know what the hell does this guy just? He just works everywhere. It's that small of a town. Remembering this. Okay, but in all seriousness, Nor, in all seriousness, I know you. I do know you. Your favorite color, blue. I feel like it's blue. It's probably not blue. Fuck. How do I not know your favorite color? Um. Ooh. Okay. Nor is really into cars. That's one thing about Nor. She's like super into cars. I'm not into cars whatsoever. I couldn't care less about what someone drives. Um. Shit. What do we have in common then? Well, we both like movies. We both love Harry Potter. We're both Slytherin. We we both want children. That's in common. You know what's funny too? This movie would be me and Noor, but it would never happen because Noor only dates like Middle Eastern guys. But I could be a Middle Eastern guy who just been out in the sun for too long. Sandra Bullock is adding nothing to this movie, like literally. Don't tell me you feel jealous. Get the fuck out of here. Oh wait, but if this is Noor, who would Noor be jealous over? Who I'm talking to? Well, Noor, you don't really know much. You don't know any of my female friends like that. That's because you live so far away. Why is it such a ghost town? Is it not the weekend? My Jesus. Thank God. Hmm. 1929? Holy shit. That was 90 years ago. Wait, in this shop 90 years ago? I thought the dad said this was an empire that they brought up with their with his wife. Was the empire already here? I have questions now. Yeah, this definitely wouldn't be you, Noor. You're not small. Excuse me for saying that. Ooh, okay. I know a really good thing. I know another funny thing I can say. If we were okay, I'm gonna voice note this so Nora can hear it, so she doesn't have to wait till tomorrow for when the podcast comes out. Okay, so I'm doing this little voice note and recording this podcast at the same time, Nora. So when you hear this and it feels like I'm talking indirectly, that's why. Okay, so if this movie were to be real, and this really did happen to me and Noor, and I'm meeting her, let's say I have to meet, well, Noor, since you only date Middle Eastern guys, it kind of wouldn't be like realistic if I had to go see your family. So let's say you're seeing my family, right? Because they know I just date whoever, any type of woman, right? Doesn't matter. So let's say they ask, how did you propose to Noor, right? They're asking for the story, and I'm going to tell them this. And I'm spitballing here. I asked Noor to marry. See, it was very romantic. We first went for a walk at the park, and I scheduled the whole thing. I brought her an ice cream cone, and the ice cream man was in on it the whole time. And he put the ring inside the ice cream cone. So when she ate it, she almost choked on it. and then it was such a shock for her. She spit it out. And I'm like, oh no, that's the ring, Nora. That's the ring. She spit it out, right? And it almost went down a drain. So I had to run over and get it. As I got it, I try to clean it up as best I can, but Noor has such like high standards for like romance and stuff. She says this is not good enough, and I had to find another way to propose to her. So, with that said, I did the most romantic thing that I could think of. I took her to a drag show because Noor loves drag shows, and they sang like a whole wedding song, the whole drag queens, and it was. Noor had an absolute blast. Okay, I'm going to send that to you, Noor. I feel like I could have made that funnier. These two have absolutely no fucking chemistry, and I'm like low-key waiting for this movie to be over. What are you doing, lady? You never drove a boat before. Yeah, slow down, please. Forgot what? What? Listen, lady, this is sentimental and all, but maybe I would feel more if we would have saw this from you earlier in the movie. Maybe liking spending time with them. Everything that you've done, you haven't really liked it. So this you saying all this doesn't really matter to me. Please don't go back for her. Just continue on. It looks like she's standing. Is that just me? Oh, now look at her. The water pollution is going to mutate her into something else. Yeah, just give me your hand. You have literally no choice. Whatever fear that you're feeling, is either that or you stay. Ahab. Ryan Reynolds can be funny when he wants to. Is this supposed to be romantic? Should I take a woman on a boat and force her to jump off and then save her after and see what type of sparks will fly? This is a weird movie. I should get my brother to watch this and see how he feels. Him and his fiance. I wonder if they would both like it. Twitter is so funny. What? About what? What are we in trouble? What are we? What are we, kids? What are we in trouble? Need to talk to you. What? Way to be an asshole, Dad. Okay, so Noor just texted me saying, do you want to know how I want to get proposed to? I don't need to know, Noor, because I already know. Check this out. Okay, I'm pretty sure this dad is an asshole now. I can't believe this dad just did this. What a jackass. Anyway. Yeah, what a fucking jackwad. Anyway. Noor, you want to be proposed. Oh, it's so easy. It needs to be romantic. There's going to be fireworks. Okay, Noor, let's say it's me and you, right? We're in Toronto. Beautiful sunny skies. It's warm out. It's the summertime. We're out and about, having fun. We're a young couple doing what young couples do, which is, walk close together. And, I say, hey, Noor, what's that over there? And you go, first you don't look, because you're not really paying attention to me. So then I normally have to say, Noor, something Harry Potter related. And then eventually you'll just look over. The moment you look back at me, fireworks are happening. People are singing in the street. Your family's there because I told them to show up at this exact time and place when we walk together. And everyone's like, oh my God, my daughter's getting married. Nora's getting married. Blah, blah, right? And then I do the unthinkable. I pull out the ring. I open it and I say, Noor. I say your full name. I say, Noor Banu Zaker. Is it Banu or Bano? I should know this since we're getting married. But Noor, you have been the love of my life for about probably half of this podcast, and I would like to know if you would spend the rest of your life with me until you get sick and tired of me. And then you say yes, and then it's happily ever after. And everyone's happy for us, but then we don't kiss because it's like really awkward. You know what? We tell your family that we're not affectionate like that, but we still love each other. So we can tell them that we've never kissed or been intimate, but we're going to get married. Because our feelings for each other are deep, deeper than the ocean. Look at this dad. He's such a fucking hater. They could have got another actor to play him too. I feel like every single actor in this movie is so replaceable. Whatever happened to those romantic comedies that are like, you know, like when you see the actor in it, you're like, I couldn't think of anyone but this actor playing this role, right? Like what, like Mel Gibson and What Women Want, freaking incredible in that. What about freaking Brendan Fraser? And well, he's done actually quite a few romantic comedies that I really like. Okay, here's a better example: Tom Hanks. What about Tom Hanks and all those other movies? Just really good romantic comedies, right? Like freaking I Want. Is it You've Got Mail? I was about to say I Want Mail. You've Got Mail. What about freaking? What is my favorite romantic comedy of all time? One of my favorite is a movie called Just Right with Jeremy Piven. Is it Piven or Piven? And Shirley something. I forgot her name, but she's in Twin Peaks. I cannot imagine. I feel like she could probably be replaced, right? Because her role is like just like this A-list actress person, right? So that can technically be anybody. But his role, I feel like I can't imagine anyone else but him. Is he the fucking... This guy has so many hats. This dude here does every single profession known to man. Also, Noor, after we get married, I feel like on our honeymoon, it would be like literally moments after we get married, everyone's cheering for us. We get in a limo, and the moment we get to the hotel or whatever, and we get to the honeymoon suite, the moment we walk in, you're like, wow, that was a fun day. Well, thank you, Carlin. I'll see you tomorrow. I feel like you would say that. I'm already ready for this movie to be over. This is literally no different than a Hallmark movie. And we all know Hallmark movies are so formulaic. But how dare you ask her to get married the next day, knowing damn well she needed to... Where did all these people come from? Isn't this like a fucking ghost town? Look at the dad. What are you doing? Why is she doing it? Oh, look, Oscar just walking away. I don't understand why she's saying this, though. What's the point? I wouldn't say he's wonderful, but his family seems pretty normal. You can like him for that. Not him, in general. I feel like there's really nothing to like about him. Right? How much do we know about Ryan Reynolds' character? We don't really know a lot, right? We know he wants to be like an editor, Do we know why? I don't think we know why he wants to be an editor. Is he working on a book on his own? And whatever happened to that girl at the coffee shop? Why can't this be about her? What, woman, what the hell are you doing? His grandma's here. You know damn well she don't have another year left. Whoa, who is that Asian girl? Why can't the movie be about her too? Let me get my head on straight. How embarrassing. How would she do that to him? That's even worse. Fuck Sandra Bullock's character. This is literally the opposite of romantic. Fuck her character. Why would she do that? He does not have an amazing life. He lives in New York and he's broke. And you just embarrass him in front of everyone he knows. What? And this chick, do you ever not show up when there's not a freaking plot device needed? You don't even feel like a real person. You can't tell me this movie is romantic. If anything, this shit is a fucking psychological thriller. Terrorist? That's a bit rude to say. Is that because she's an immigrant? By the way, aren't they supposed to be like best friends, Ryan Reynolds and this blonde chick, or at least like former lovers? I feel like there's been nothing to show of that. Am I right? Like the moment he got off the boat and his family was there, she should have been there, and then they should have like hugged and stuff like that, and she should have been like, who is this? Right? There should have been that, and she should. First off, this blonde chick shouldn't have been such a nice person, right? She should have been like territorial, you know, all this stuff. That would have added more to the movie. I couldn't give two fucks what happens to her character. I hope she does get deported. Deport her ass out of this movie. Oh, God. Now she's having a heart attack. Oh, no. Call 911. Get a doctor? I feel like we're in the middle of nowhere. There's no doctor. God. Now the grandma's about to die. And this is all because of Sandra Bullock. Oh, my fucking God. Anyway. In another positive news, or I hope this is positive news, Noor has voice noted me about how she wants to be proposed. I'm pretty sure she's going to say the same thing I've already just said, but we'll see. I'm going to play this out loud. Shut up, Grandma. Okay, I'm going to play this out loud, and let's see what Noor has to say.
So my dream proposal. Well, yeah, this is my dream proposal. Whether the person that I intend to be with likes Harry Potter or not, this would be my dream proposal. I want it to be private, absolutely not in public. I can't stand that. I'd get too
Notice how the
nervous.
first thing she says is
I want it to
Harry
be, like,
Potter.
either at home or like, I don't know, just somewhere like just the two of us. And
Noor.
instead of like handing me like a box, like, or like opening the box like with the ring inside, like I want there to be the Half-Blood Prince book, and it opened up to the chapter Unforgettable Vow, and then like, so depending on like the book,
Oh my god.
either the beginning of the chapter would be on like the left side or it'd be on the right. Either way, like, you can cut
This is all
like
about Harry
pages
Potter.
or like the center part of the book out so you could fit the ring in there. But yeah, that's how I would want to be.
Noor, what are you
proposed to.
talking about?
The Half-Blood Prince book opened up to the chapter of the Unbreakable Vow with the ring inside the book, and it has to be private. That's my dream proposal.
You don't want that.
I've seen pictures of like people that have done this.
Noor is
so
lying.
cute,
This
and I
see,
think it's just
other people did it.
it's
That
just-
doesn't mean it has to be
I love
you.
it.
Okay, Noor. Okay, first and foremost, if I was going to propose to you, and if you want it to be Harry Potter style, it would just be one thing. It would be literally you in your home alone, and literally a dead bird, a dead owl, because I can't train an owl like that. A dead owl would crash. I would throw it through the window as if it's like Ron's owl, right? Because it's always crashing into things. So I would throw a dead owl onto your kitchen table through the window, and you'd be like, what is this? And literally, it is a red envelope. The moment you opened it, a little hatch opens, and it's like a microphone, and it's a pre-recorded. So I hired this old lady actress to do all this yelling, right? Because it's a yell. What is that thing called? A scream, a howler. You've gotten a howler, and it's some aggressive woman that's saying, Noor, Banu, Saker, Carlin wants to marry you. That's what I would do for you, Noor. I can't believe you want to be proposed like something Harry Potter related. Interesting. Well, you know what? I wouldn't mind a woman proposing to me from a scene. If she reenacted a scene from the last Starfighter, I would not mind it. I'm all for it. Sandra Bullock, you're pretty flat too. Like some pancakes. You just got a pretty face. If that, because it's mostly just makeup. Like Sandra Bullock's pretty, but I'm just talking about like her in this movie, right? Like her character is like obviously pretty, but that's with makeup, right? There's no personality that makes it. Bitch, you don't work here. Girl, you don't work here. I ain't doing shit for you. Yeah, and you treated the rest of us like trash. I will take this box and throw it out the window. It's called karma. Yeah. Yeah, why? Why are you even running? You can't tell me you love her. Jesus Christ. Noor responded back to me about what I said, how I would propose to her, and she agrees. She says that sounds very romantic. Gosh, why can't more men be like you, Carlin? This guy naked. Ugh. Lifeless. This movie can't be serious. I like to date you. Look at all these white ladies. Like, that's so romantic. It's just like a Hallmark movie. Oh. This is not romantic at all. Nor I'm also thinking that another super romantic thing to do for a proposal, it's just us, right? Candle lit on the couch, romantic, just us. And I pull out the wedding ring and you see it. 10-carat diamond. Now here comes the super romantic thing. This kiss is so lackluster. I'm at the part where they kiss. Here comes a really romantic thing. I'm going to say, "Will you marry me?" in Farsi. Are you ready? It's gonna sound really romantic, especially for someone who's doesn't know the language and who took the time to learn the language for you on this special day. Super romantic. Okay, are you ready? Here it goes. Noor. Cause I love you. That was like a really bad German impression. What this movie? We supposed to think that her character changed because of her hair? This movie literally makes no sense. All right, that's the movie. That's the movie. Um, okay. No, it's just like some after credits thing. That's damn sure not important. I think the worst thing about this movie, and let me get it straight, like this movie is literally it's no better and it's no worse than anything you can get on the Hallmark Channel. It's not. It's a super safe romantic comedy. And I don't like super safe romantic comedies. I love romantic comedies to the death. They were my number one genre. It's what I grew up watching. I was raised on romantic comedies. I am a romantic at heart. This film is really just, and I was really looking forward to see like what touches like a female director can bring to it, maybe something different. I feel like one, it's too safe. It just hit all the notes it did without really being creative. And two, I feel like the characters kind of ruined this movie, right? Not necessarily the acting. I have nothing wrong with the acting, even though, again, Sandra Bullock is not adding anything to this movie. And for damn sure, we're watching Miss Congeniality next week, so I can prove this theory even more. But again, the characters. Okay, this Ramon character is slick racist. Yeah, the characters didn't really add anything to the movie. They weren't really anything special. I felt like I felt like there's first off there's not really any conflict in this film, right? There's not really any tension that's like, oh my god, well, what happens if this happens and this happens? Like, oh my god, what happens if Sandra Bullock's character gets deported? Then a mean bitch gets deported and literally nobody would miss her. That's what would happen. So there's no conflict with that. The whole conflict with the Ryan Reynolds and his dad, and he wants him to take over the empire. I'm sorry. I mean, don't get it twisted, right? If that's not someone's passion, I get it. If they wanna, you know, what am I trying to say? If they wanna, honestly, don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I just blanked out. My computer just stopped. My computer just stopped. Anyway, that's the movie. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is Ryan Reynolds' dad, that whole conflict between him, those two characters, I understand if obviously that's not his passion to go into retail or to run an empire and stuff like that, but you're not gonna make me feel sad for him that someone's father wants to lead them a multi-million-dollar empire. Just like, and who the fuck cares if he doesn't want it or not? When you die, you can still give it to him, right? He doesn't have to like it or not for you to decide whether or not to leave it in your will. You just leave it. You just leave it in your will, right? And then secondly, the shareholders are going to run the business anyway. He's just going to give it to the shareholders. So it's whatever. It's absolutely whatever. There is absolutely no conflict in this movie, which is probably why it felt a bit flat to me. Who texted me? No, it's my brother. That's probably why it felt a bit flat to me. Yeah, and I'm surprised they didn't do anything with the blonde girl, right? That was like rejected Ryan Reynolds from being engaged earlier. Like, like obviously like before the movie happened, they were like, oh, he told me to run off with him in New York and blah, 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 blah. Why wasn't anything done with that? Why couldn't we open up the movie with that? Right? Like a few years before, a few years later, or even if you didn't want to do that, why not have, first off, there's no antagonist in this movie. And for anyone that says the dad is the antagonist, no, that's not even close, right? That's not even close, because at any point in the movie he wasn't trying to break them up, right? He tried to get his way and try to say take over the business and then you two can get married and this and that and that. But again, Ryan Reynolds said no, and literally that little conflict ended within 10 seconds. So there's no real antagonist in this film, which made it boring and really, it just made it very dull, not special. Literally, the blonde girl should have been the antagonist. She should have been plotting. She could have been like, I felt like I let the true. Oh, excuse me. She should have been like, I felt like, the guy that I should have been in love with got away, right? And from then on, she should have been at a tear. Like, she hated Sandra Bullock's character. They're always going at it. Like, she felt like she loves him. And then at a certain point in the movie, we should have been like, oh, he's leaning more towards what's her name, even though he's supposed to be marrying her. And then we're supposed to see some type of likable characteristics for Sandra Bullock's character to be like, okay, maybe she's not such a bitch. Maybe, she does want to have kids one day, or maybe she does want a family or an empire, and something that makes us want to not have her deported. Like, literally, it makes no difference if she is deported or not. Literally, like, who cares about her? She's mean. She's boring. She looks like she doesn't smell good. Like, I don't know what else to add to it. Like, I just feel like this movie literally went in the wrong. This is a freaking romantic comedy. It's almost written out for you. And literally, I feel like the director and whoever wrote this movie still couldn't do it. They literally missed all the beats. I'm definitely gonna call Noor after this and tell her a little bit of my opinion. But who knows? Maybe she'll listen to the whole podcast. I told her to watch it because this whole episode is so dedicated to Noor. It is absolutely dedicated to you, Noor. But yeah, that's the movie. That's how I felt about it, and I still feel like I stand corrected about Sandra Bullock's mediocrity in terms of her acting and not really adding anything to the movie. Because literally anyone could have played this role, absolutely anyone. And it's a really good romantic comedy and a really good character that the actor brings to it. If it feels like that actor cannot be replaced in it. Right, so yeah, that's just how I feel. And I don't understand what Oscar from The Office. I don't understand his role. I feel like I'm not gonna say it was prejudice, but nah, whatever. I didn't really care for that. But yeah, that's the role. That's how I felt about it. That's the movie. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment below. Let me know what you thought. If you're listening to this on anywhere you find your podcast, please leave a review, and I will see you on the next one. But until then, victory or death, Starfighters.